Today I'm going to make a lovely, simple little dessert. And what I'm going to use is a base of oats. So I'm going to make an oat flour with flax seeds, oats. I'm going to make it more shortening, to make it a little more crumbly, I'm going to use coconut oil in this and just sweeten it with just a tiny piece of sugar. But it's going to be a lovely little dessert. And this is specifically, I want to look at one of the ingredients I want to use in this, and that's going to be pineapple. Now what I'm going to do is with the pineapple, I'm going to just peel it and cut it into very, very thin slices, and then just use that as a garnish on top of my, if you like, biscuit base. Now there's a reason I really think pineapple is important for arthritis and arthritis management, excluding that the possibility that there might be allergies and things like that. So let's assume you have no problems with bromelain and pineapple. And what's bromelain? Bromelain is an enzyme, or kind of a mix of a few different enzymes that we call bromelain, that is found in pineapple. Very importantly, it's found in the stem of the pineapple, and particularly in the core. Now, bromelain has been found through a number of studies now to be a very, very potent anti-inflammatory ingredient. Even some studies have suggested that it's as good as standard anti-inflammation medications. However, in the same breath, medications and food should be treated separately, and you should never discontinue or try to replace a medication that's been properly described through your doctor with a food. But it has a lot of potential. We hear about turmeric and curcumin, it's very, very well known. Well, bromelain would be up there with curcumin within the turmeric, but bromelain in the pineapple is potentially a very, very powerful enzyme. It's additionally, pineapples are very, very high in other vitamins. They're a very good source of vitamin C, for example. They've got fiber in them and so on. But the thing with bromelain that you have to remember is because it's an enzyme, it will deactivate and it'll be quite heat sensitive. It'll denature, if you like, if you add heat to it. So you really want to be eating this pineapple and pineapple juice raw. So with this base, I'm going to cook my little pastry. I'm going to bake the base, and then I'm going to just use the pineapple atop of that. But it's very important to keep that as a nice fresh piece of pineapple, because again, you don't want to lose those potential anti-inflammatory effects of what could be one of the most valuable ingredients we have for trying to work with an anti-inflammatory diet. So I'm going to get on. I'll just cook my biscuit base now. I'll just use my convenient pot here. This will do nicely. And what I've got is my oats, my flax seeds, and I have my coconut oil. Into that also, I'm going to add a little bit of sugar, or honey I should say, about 2 tablespoons. And what I'm going to do is incorporate those with my hands together to form a nice pastry. And then I'm going to pop that in a mold, and I'm going to bake that till it's nice and crispy. So I'm going to get on with cooking that myself, and I'll show you as I'm progressing how this dish is going. My flaxseed, my oats, and my coconut oil. I'm just going to incorporate those together, as you might a normal pastry. If you like the oats, the oil being like a shortening. And I'm going to keep those going until the shortening or coconut oil is completely incorporated with the oats and flaxseed. Now, as you can see, my oats, my flaxseed, my little bit of honey are all mixed together and they're starting to form into a type of pastry. Into that now, I'm going to add 1 egg. Mix that around and incorporate that through your mixture. When your mixture is nicely mixed together, as you can see, it's kind of forming into this lovely dough, or pastry would be more accurate. And I want it quite wet, just like this. This is the kind of texture that you should have. As you can see, it's just falling apart and so on. Now I'm just going to get a little biscuit or baking tray. It's about, it's standard size, small little baking biscuit cake mold. And then I've lightly greased out with a little bit of coconut oil. And now I'm just going to put my pastry base into the mold and just pat it all down. There's my little biscuit base, or my pastry base, all patted down. And I'm going to pop that in the oven at 180 degrees. And I would say Go 179 degrees, just slightly below 180. Believe it or not, that makes a big difference. And I'm going to allow that cook for about 45 minutes until it's completely crispy and cooked through. To prepare my pineapple, I'm bearing in mind that we do want the core because that's where the bromelain is. I'm going to just take the top and tail off the pineapple. I'm just going to peel it. And then what I'm going to do is slice my pineapple in half. And then take some nice thin slices with that lovely fresh ripe pineapple, and just cut those away and just put them aside for prep. And I'm going to continue and cut about half the pineapple. If I need a little bit more, it's going down to your own preference. So nice thin little slices of the half, ensuring that the core is used, because again, that's where our bromelain is. So, having cooked this dish, little biscuit base if you like, or pastry base, for about 40 minutes at about 178 degrees. I have a lovely crispy kind of oat flaxseed base. I'm just going to demold that now. And after I've demolded it, because it's quite a forgiving base, I'm just going to place it neatly onto a cooling tray. Now, when it's still warm, I'm now going to get about 2 tablespoons of honey. And with the honey, I'm just going to drizzle it over the top, just a little bit. And what I'm going to do now is spread that honey around. And what that honey is going to do, because I'm using the fresh pineapple, if you remember, I don't want the juice to soak into the base too much. So I want to create a kind of a layer, kind of a waterproof layer, for want of a better description. And that's exactly what this little piece of honey is going to do. It's going to sweeten the dish, but it's going to add a little bit of a waterproof layer onto it as well. And then I pre-cut my pineapple. So I have a lovely, juicy, nice pineapple. And now using a fork, I'm just going to layer up my pineapple around the biscuit base. Nice and neatly. Actually, I'll go this way around. And I'm going to just keep going in a circle to build up a nice layer of pineapple around. Oops. And here we have our nice little base of pineapple. And then finally, I'm just going to add 2 nice little slices there at the very top. And there we have it, our lovely little pineapple biscuit. And then I'm just going to take a cake stand. And I've done this warm on purpose because I want the honey to kind of soak, and a little bit of the pineapple juice won't do the warm spun or the warm biscuit base any harm. I'm just going to lift it on. And away we go. Done. A little pineapple dessert idea, which is going to be very anti-inflammatory. Flax seeds, giving you your omega-3s. You have bromelain here, lots of fresh pineapple. A lovely little dish. Enjoy it.